This individual showed up to impede a law enforcement operation and assaulted our officers. They responded according to their training and took action to defend the officer's life and those of the public around him. And I don't know of any peaceful protester that shows up with a gun and ammunition rather than a sign. This is a violent riot when you have someone showing up with weapons and are using them to assault law enforcement officers.
Really? Is this seriously how we're going to try and spin this one now? This administration's a joke. What a joke. It's absolutely pathetic. Maybe this poor victim had a firearm on him, as is his First Amendment right, because maybe he was concerned about recent current events that show ICE agents killing unarmed American citizens in broad daylight. It's happening on a weekly basis now. Maybe he brought his firearm to a peaceful protest, as is his legal right to do so. He had a permit, by the way, to legally carry said gun. Maybe he did it because he was a little bit concerned about his own safety. And maybe if he were still here, he would have thought differently about keeping the weapon in his pocket because clearly he couldn't defend himself in time.
Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for supporting me on this channel, guys. Whew, this is not good. This is so sad. No matter how anyone tries to explain it, this is not good. I've watched the videos from all the angles. I would have loved to share the video here, but I know it will be flagged and brought down. But you guys can go on TikTok and search for it. You'll find it there. This man lost his life in broad daylight, in public, with people watching. And the more you sit with it, the worse it feels. Because this was not someone that was hiding. This was somebody that was trying to defend random people. This was a man that stepped into a tense situation, standing up for two women. Like, for someone, you know, like that, this is so heartbreaking. And he was just trying to help, right? Because, I mean, women were involved and things got aggressive. Guys, this is what is happening right now. And they are trying to change the narrative. Look at Christy Nome. Like, we all watched these videos. We watched it from different angles. So why would you be saying things like, who brings a weapon to a peaceful protest? Like, I'm sorry. What about the fact that it was just trying to protect himself, right? And he had a license for that weapon. And then you find out who he was, guys. He was a nurse, an ICU nurse. That alone says a lot, because nurses don't just wake up thinking about hurting people. Their whole job is to save lives, to calm people, to step in when situations go wrong. And his parents even put out a statement and said he was a good man, a man who cared about people, guys. I saw a video on Aaron's page and I put it towards the end of these videos. That was who this guy was at work before he was being taken away from this earth. Somebody that chose a profession built around helping others. So when I see how this ended, guys, I cannot just think about it. I cannot just make peace with it. Nurse, professional nurse, ended up unalived in the street. And this is one of the situations where your spirit tells you something is off before your brain even finishes the thought, because it does not sit right. It does not feel right. First, it was Rene Good, and now it is Alex. Who knows who is next? And the people don't want to come watch the World Cup. Who exactly would want to come to the United States with all these things happening, guys? This is so sickening and heartbreaking. Let's see what the other creators have to say, and I'll see you soon.
We now know more about the 37-year-old man who was executed in the streets of Minneapolis, Minnesota this morning, and his name was Alex Jeffrey Pretti, and he was a registered nurse who worked at the VA, who was a graduate of the University of Minnesota, and he was fully registered to be carrying the weapon that was with him today. I'll let you sit with that one for a moment. As for somebody who supports this type of behavior, I have a lot of people who engage with my content who support this kind of behavior. A registered nurse who is practicing his Second Amendment right, who works at the VA, who is an American citizen, who was trying to protect a woman after being maced 3 times, was held down by his hands and arms and executed in the streets of the United States this morning. What do you have to say?
I can't wait until Kristi Noem and the rest of this administration is in prison, because the way that they are gaslighting and lying to the American people about what they can see with their own eyes should be criminal. Her to blame Governor Walz and Mayor Frey for the actions of ICE and lie and say that they encouraged violence as a way of distracting from the corruption that they facilitated, from the theft and fraud of the American taxpayer, is wild, considering that she is standing there trying to distract from the fact that one of her ICE agents murdered an American civilian in cold blood on the streets of Minneapolis today by blaming Governor Walz and Mayor Frey for their actions. In addition, she's trying to distract by giving a long list of all the crimes that the suspect that they were apparently looking for is accused of, which is completely irrelevant to the actions of that ICE officer. And then by trying to distract by talking about Alex Pretty's lawful carrying of a weapon. All because she wants you to doubt what you can see from every angle with your own two eyes. Alex Pretty didn't attack ICE. ICE attacked him.
Hi. So Kristi Noem, the Secretary of Homeland Security, has been spreading morally reprehensible, disgusting lies about the cold-blooded execution of the young man, Alex Pretty, who was gunned down in the streets of Minneapolis today. I'm going to read a statement from Alex's parents, who have asked that the record be set straight about who their son was and what actually happened. Please do everything you can to share their statement far and wide. We are heartbroken, but also very angry. Alex was a kind-hearted soul who cared deeply for his family and friends, and also the American veterans who he cared for as an ICU nurse at the Minneapolis VA hospital. Alex wanted to make a difference in this world. Unfortunately, he will not be with us to see his impact. I do not throw around the term hero lightly. However, his last thought and act was to protect a woman. The sickening lies told about our son by the administration are reprehensible and disgusting. Alex is clearly not holding a gun when attacked by Trump's murdering and cowardly ICE thugs. He had his phone in his right hand, and his empty left hand is raised above his head while trying to protect the woman ICE just pushed down, all while being pepper sprayed. Please get the truth out about our son. He was a good man. Thank you.
Thank goodness for phone cameras. No, he wasn't a domestic terrorist. He was an ICU nurse. No, he didn't come there with his weapon and extra clips to unalive a bunch of y'all. He came there to film a bunch of y'all. And you didn't like that. It seems to me that to you all, anybody that films you deserves a death sentence. That accountability doesn't go over too well. And no, he didn't brandish his weapon. He didn't pull his weapon. As a matter of fact, one of you all grabbed it out of his waistband. We saw that because of phone cameras. And this time, we got even a better look at what you did. There wasn't a car, just you all, and one man, and 5 shots. And to have our president and the Secretary of Homeland Defense sit there and just bald-faced lie. God, that's all they do is lie to us. And those of you that are defending what they did to him are the same ones that pitch a fit over your Second Amendment. All that happened to kids in schools, your Second Amendment. And even your martyr, Charlie Kirk. That's just the price you pay. Some people will lose their lives in order to keep that Second Amendment. Remember he said that? But yeah. Thank goodness for phone cameras. And those of you brave enough to use them.
Terrence Lee Randolph, March 30th, 1947, December 10th, 2024. Today we remember that freedom is not free. We have to work at it, nurture it, protect it, and even sacrifice for it. May we never forget and always remember our brothers and sisters who have served so that we may enjoy the gift of freedom. So in this moment, we remember and give thanks for their dedication and selfless service to our nation in the cause of our freedom. In this solemn hour, we render them our honor and our gratitude.
Guys, this is where it even gets more complicated and painful, because you are telling me that in America, the Second Amendment is supposed to mean that law-abiding citizens have the right to own, have the right to carry their firearms for protection. Like, that right is not just about hunting or targeting practice, right? It's about the idea that responsible adults can carry arms without fear or without punishment, right? And when somebody who legally has that right ends up being unalived by the state itself, guys, does it not just raise a hard question that what does that right protect if it does not protect your life when you choose to exercise it? Like, how does it even make sense? And now Kristi Noem comes to say and tries to change the narrative after what we all openly saw, labeling Alex as a domestic terrorist, and claimed that he even approached agents with the ammunition and intended to harm them. Like, how? This was a public message at the news briefing. Like, what? And because if the Second Amendment, right, only works on paper, and if it disappears the moment, authority steps in, then what exactly is it protecting? Certainly not life in this case, because it did not work. And calling a nurse, a son, a man whose parents say he was a good man, a terrorist, just feels like an attempt to make people stop asking questions. But people are not stopping because the videos have gone viral. Because once you label somebody that way, then unaliving them, right? Unaliving them becomes easier to justify. But no, we cannot see it that way, because we all saw the receipts, we all saw the videos, and people have eyes. People watch the videos, guys. This is just about being honest. It's about admitting that something went wrong. It's about admitting that the life was lost in a way that could never and can never be normal. Because if the Second Amendment means anything, guys, it should not just end up in excuses and name calling after the individual has gone. Like, it did not just have to end like this. And pretending otherwise is part of the problem, because, guys, this is so sad. This is really, really sad. Like, I didn't expect to go on the internet and see this happen, especially after a goods own, right? Especially after that one just happened a couple of weeks ago. I didn't expect to see this. The videos are everywhere, guys. If you don't know about it, please go online and watch the original videos. That's if you are going to be able to watch it, because it is really, really heartbreaking. This does not have to happen, especially from somebody that was just trying to help. He was just trying to be a good person, was just trying to be a good citizen. Oh, my heart really goes out to the family. This did not have to. I mean, 2026 literally just started. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I really want to hear from you. And if you have found value in this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in my next video. Please stay safe. Really, really stay safe. Ciao.